Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all are doing fine, right? Okay. I am Prithviraj, I am a physics teacher. In our last class we have completed up to rayon and now we will discuss new concept, that is why do we combine fibers, right? In our last class up to rayon I have already completed. Please go through your playlist, you can check it out, okay? Here, think and discuss some questions are there. As I promised, I'll explain you. What characteristics make rayon better than natural silk? First thing is natural silk is very costly. Second thing is natural silk predominantly not available. Everybody cannot afford it. Second thing, it may wear off. Soon it will be destroyed by moths and other things. Maintenance cost is high. Whereas this one is very easy, predominantly available, right? Okay. If you want to purchase a doormat made of synthetic fiber, which synthetic fiber doormat will you select and why? If you want to purchase a doormat, okay, which synthetic material you will use, students, and why? We cannot buy silk, we will buy rayon or rayon mixed with something. Rayon mixed with wool making carpets, no? That we can use, okay, because it is cheap and it is what you can say, durable, right? Okay. Next, if sanitary diapers and bandages are made up of nylon, what will happen? See, sanitary bandages and nylons are made because they can absorb water. If, right, nylon cannot absorb water, right? So water will be there inside it may get infection. It may cause huge damage to our skin and all. So at that time we cannot use those things. We must use what you call rayon or silk. Silk is costly, so we will replace it with rayon. Have you understood, students? Fine. Next, why do we combine fibers? Topic is why do we combine fibers? Okay, students. Topic is why do we combine fibers? Whenever you buy clothes or ready-made garments, observe the brand label. What do you notice? Or visit a nearby garment shop and look at the labels on the cloth. Record the percentage of different fiber materials on the label. You may find rayon mixed with wool and cotton, polyester mixed with cotton and wool, even nylon mixed with polyester. Things will appear. Students, it is saying, whenever you are purchasing a cloth, please look at the brand tag. As I am having at my back one of the brand tag I am having here. Okay, whenever you are buying a pant or anything, you can find a brand tag which will be inserted with your pant only. I am not talking about the stickers, but the brand tag which will be inserted with your pant only. There you can observe several kind of materials. What are those several kind of material you can use? You can see, first you can see wool with cotton. Wool with cotton you can see. First thing you can see wool with cotton. And second thing what you can see, students, you can see that polyester mixed with cotton. Right? Even nylon mixed with cotton also you can see. Even nylon mixed with cotton also we can find out. These are the three things we can find out, and more. It depends upon the like maker, what you want to make and all, right? Then why do we combine these things and what is this process called? This thing we will learn. First of all, why do we combine? and what is this process is called. This both of the things we will learn. First thing, any synthetic fiber can be combined with two or more other fiber. This is called blending. This is called, students, blending. What it is? Let me highlight this one. Blending is a process by which we can combine a synthetic fiber with other synthetic fiber. Okay? A blend does not simply mean alternating threads of cotton and polyester. See, you might have thinking, like you people were thinking that we will bring one cotton. Okay, we will bring one of the cotton and we will bring another cotton as well. Okay, we can bring another type of cotton. Now what we will do, we will intertwine this. No, student, this is not called binding and all. Basically, unique and different texture can be created through blending. When a fiber is combined with another fiber, certain qualities of the first fiber are combined with the qualities of other fiber to give us a blending fabric which processes the best quality of both. Blending helps us to reduce the limitation of both the fiber. When we talk about binding, we see, for example, one example I will give you. What it is that, suppose if you consider cotton and polyester blend, let us consider about cotton as well as polyester. When we talk about cotton and polyester, what you can see, cotton is comfortable to wear. Yes, we can wear cotton substances. It is 100% cotton. The shirts will have, like they do claim that we are 100% cotton like that. Why? Because cotton is a material which is very easy and very comfortable to wear. Whereas, but it forms so many wrinkles. Soon it will be wrinkled. You need to iron it, you need to press it, right? So what we can do, but polyester is wrinkle free. But what it is, students? Polyester is wrinkle free. You can combine it, you will leave it, again it will come back to its original position. That is the property of polyester. So therefore, when these two are combined, when these two things are combined at a certain ratio, we will get a particular shirt which is cotton plus the wrinkling ability which was there. That will be what? That will be disregarded. We can take it out easily. So cotton is now wearable and we can maintain it as well. Cotton shrinks in wash while polyester generally does not. When we talk about cotton, if you dip it inside water, it will shrink. But when we talk about polyester, it won't shrink. It will take a lot of time to shrink inside the water. So when these two are combined in a proper ratio, the resultant material does not shrink to a large extent when compared with pure cotton material. So now we have combined cotton as well as polyester. Now this resultant compound which we got, this one won't shrink. Okay? Yes, even though it is shrinking, the shrinking ability is very less as compared to our pure cotton compound. Right? So it is very easy to maintain as well. The more the percentage of natural fiber is blending of fibers, the more would be comfort to the skin. And the thing is, students, synthetic fibers are well maintained. They are there to maintain a body. But when we talk about wearing, natural fiber is very good for us. So here it is written, the more percentage of natural fiber in blending of fibers, the more will be the comfort to the skin. If you want to comfort your skin, you should always prefer natural fiber. When natural fibers contribute to a fabric, it allows the skin to breathe easily. Also, natural fibers are generally free from irritating chemicals. Other main thing is what, students? When you prefer, this is wool. Okay, this is also kind of wool, natural fiber. When you are wearing these kind of fibers, it allows the skin to breathe easily. It allows the skin to breathe easily and it won't cause any kind of irritation to your skin because it is chemical free. Did you got an idea? Yes? Okay. Next we will read about acrylic. Next we will read about acrylic. So we have learned why do we combine fibers? We combine fibers to overcome the what disadvantages of both of them. Okay. And what is the process of combining called? That is called blending. These two things we have learned. Okay. Next we will learn about acrylic. Next we will learn, students, what is acrylic. You might have heard this name acrylic. What type of clothes do you wear in winter? All of us wear clothes which keep our body warm. Basically, in winter what kind of clothes do you wear? See, now it is cold outside, it is raining. So I wore a kind of wool compound which is keeping me a little bit warm. Right? So in winter also we think that, and we assume and we aspire to wear a cloth which keep us warm, right? So the same thing, all of us wear clothes which will keep our body warm. We use sweaters, shawls and blankets. We use sweaters, shawls and blankets. People feel that all these are made up of natural wool. People feel that all these things are made up of natural wool, but no. Students, wool is very expensive and generally is not affordable and accessible to all the peoples, those who are around us. So, in a response, like in an alternative purpose, we do use acrylic. Okay? Acrylic is an alternative for wool. Acrylic is an alternative for wool. You need to remember this particular point. Acrylic can be used as an alternative for wool compound. And students, how many sheep would be needed to obtain the wool to prepare sweaters for everyone in India? You think what is the population of India? Around 130, right? 130 crore. Do you think everybody will aspire natural wool only? So how many sheep are needed to give wool cloths to the entire Indian population? It will be very huge number. It is very large number, students. Okay, we cannot do that. If 130 people are there, like 1.3 billion people are there, then we should at least use 4.3 billion sheep. That is well grown sheep. It is not available anywhere in the world. Okay. So students, all winter wear nowadays is made up of synthetic fiber called acrylic. It becomes commercially available in 1941. Acrylic is commercially available in what? 1941. Okay. It commercially sold on 1941, started. Okay, then what? Yes. It looks like natural wool, it can be considered artificial wool. It's generally called fake fur. It is called as artificial wool, or we call it as fake fur. Fake fur. You need to remember this thing. So students, it is made from combination of coal, air, water, oil and limestone. How many things are combined to make this thing? Coal, water, air, oil, limestone. All of these four things are combined together to make what? acrylic. This class will be big class students, so please pay a little bit, have a little bit patience. So students, it is made from the combination of, I am writing coal, air, water, oil and limestone. It is spun by either dry spinning or wet spinning. See how it is spun. It is spun by dry spinning or wet spinning. I will tell you about both of them. How many processes? It is spun by dry spinning and wet spinning process. Now we will learn what is dry spinning and wet spinning. In dry spinning, the dissolved polymers are extruded into warm water. The fibers solidify by evaporation. In wet spinning, the polymers are dissolved in the extruded into a bath and then dried out. The wool obtained from natural source is quite expensive, whereas clothes made up of acrylic are relatively cheap. Okay. We will see about dry spinning. In dry spinning, what will happen? First, they will melt everything. They will force to pass it through a spinner. Spinner means I already said they will use a huge tub. In that tub, they will use limestone, oil, air, water, and coal. They will melt it down, and after melting it, they will treat with several kind of chemicals. And those chemicals will make what? A viscose liquid. And those viscose liquids are passed through a pipe, and those pipes are connected with a huge box-like structure which contains number of small holes, very small fine holes. When these all material forced to pass through that small holes, we will be getting fibers. And this is called as spinner. I have already taught in your last classes that this thing is called as spinner. Okay. Now these fibers, what they will do? They have removed it from the extrude, right? What? Yes. These polymers are extruded into warm water. Now they will be transferred into warm water tub. Which tub, students? Warm water tub. See, like no image are given. Like there is no image in your book. I am giving an idea so that you people can understand. Now they are extruded into warm water. Because of warm water, they will solidify. They will what? Solidify. After solidification, you can see this solidification means what? The liquid particle, whatever it was there, that will be evaporated, and after evaporation, the compound which you will get will be solidified. Okay, and you will get a strong compound. This definition is given in your 38 number page, last paragraph. Okay. Next, when we talk about wet spinning, the polymers dissolved directly. These polymers won't be dissolved in warm water. They will be wet only. At that time only they will be spun, and spinning, after spinning we will get our required material. Okay. And listen students, original wool is very costly. Original wool is very costly. So instead of original wool, we people can use this one. Okay, it is relatively cheaper as compared to wool. Next, can you list out the things made up of acrylic? Can you list out the things which is made up of acrylic, students? Yes, you should do this by yourself. It is used in knitted apparels such as fleece, socks, sportswear, sweaters. It is also used in craft yarns, upholstery, fabrics, carpets, luggage, and vehicle covers. Okay. Here the question is, see, I asked you the question and I said you the answer as well. Please write it down. When we are listing out the materials, the first thing is knitted apparel such as fleece, flocks, sportswear, sweaters, as well as fabric, as well as your carpets, luggages, and your what? Vehicle covers. Everything are made up of. You might have seen your dad's seat is covered with a woolly leather, woolly compound, right? That is, students, an acrylic compound. Okay. Which type of blend fabric do you find more comfortable in winter and why? Which type of blend fiber you find more comfortable? Acrylic plus cotton. Acrylic plus cotton, because cotton is comfortable to wear, very good to wear, and acrylic will keep you warm. So these two blend fiber is very good for you all guys. Next, the fabrics, namely natural, synthetic are blended, are available for garments. Which fabrics will you prefer to wear of rare occasions like functions, routines, and why? Mostly what we wear, students, we do wear blazers, right? There also the compound which we will cover is both acrylic as well as cotton, or acrylic, cotton plus nylon. These kind of compounds we will use so as to look glittery or little bit shiny in functions and all. Now the question is, what is synthetic fiber? Question is, what is synthetic fiber? So students, we were learning why synthetic fibers. What kind of umbrella would you use in a rainy day? Would you use an umbrella made up of cotton or wool? See, in a rainy season, what kind of raincoat you will use? It is made up of cotton or wool. Can you use that? No, right? You should use a little bit which is kind of what you call polythene type, right? So these things can be used only with the synthetic materials. Okay. We have learned about 3 different synthetic fibers. How are they different from natural fiber? Synthetic fiber absorb less water and dry at fast rate. Some are even waterproof. Most of them possess several unique characteristics, right? They are durable, less expensive, readily available, affordable, and easy to maintain in as well, right? A lot of things are given over there. When you burn synthetic fiber, you find that their behavior is different from that of natural fibers, right, students? When you are burning synthetic fibers, you can find that their behavior is quite different from natural fibers. Synthetic fibers melt on heating. This is the disadvantages of synthetic fiber. Synthetic fibers, when you will heat them, they will melt. This is the only disadvantages of synthetic fibers. Then what I'll write here, several unique characters are: they absorb water quick. Yes? No. They do not actually. They don't absorb water. Who? Synthetic fibers. They dry quickly. They dry quickly. They last long. They last very long. These are the things which you need to see. What is the disadvantages? They burn quickly. That is the only disadvantage which you can find out. Later, yes, the fabric melts and sticks to the body of the person who wear it. So we should not wear the synthetic clothes while working in kitchen, laboratory, or with like several heavy machinery works. When you are kind of doing duties with heavy duty works or kitchen works or fireworks, at that time you should always prefer thick cotton uniform. You should never use this kind of nylon or polymer things, because if they are melting down, they can stick with your skin and they can cause a severe amount of burning. Okay. Here a lot of symbols also you can see when you are using when you are doing iron or something. You can see nylon will have separate kind of temperature which you need to maintain. Polyester will have separate kind of temperature you need to maintain. Acrylic will have separate kind of temperature you need to maintain. So that is the main problem here. Think and discuss. Which fabric do you prefer, natural or synthetic? Why? Discuss comparatively. Here we cannot prefer directly. Okay, in this question we will prefer 2 of the fibers according to their needed, like according to their uses. When we talk about synthetic fiber, what will happen with synthetic fiber? We can use it in terms of what if we have less money, if you want to buy a long lasting product, if you don't have to encounter with any kind of heat and all, then we can use, or I can prefer this particular thing called as synthetic fiber. Either any three of the things are there, then I should stick or I should switch up to your what, natural fiber. Then what is the difference between washing of clothes at home and washing by dry cleaning at laundry? This one is for homework. You need to do. What is dry cleaning? You need to research, you need to find out, and you need to explain me. In our next class, students, we people will learn polyester. Okay, in our next class we will learn about polyester. So what are things we have completed? We have completed three things. What are those? First we have completed about nylon. First we have completed about nylon. Then we have learned about rayon. Then we have learned about acrylic. Three synthetic fibers we have read. Nylon means, I said Newark and London. It is made in both of the states, and it was the first synthetic fiber commercially available, right? It got its name on 1924. In 1911 it was, and 1948 in Kerala we got our first factory of nylon, right? These are the things which we need to remember. Next is rayon. Rayon is an exact replica of silk. It is a replica of silk and it is prepared from wood pulp. So you can call it semi-synthetic compound. You can call it semi-synthetic compound. At last, acrylic. Acrylic is an exact replica of your wool. Because wool is costly, we cannot use that. Then we have encountered with how strong is nylon and how it is made up of. See, nylon is very strong. It is made as rock climbing ropes, as well as paragliding, parachute. You can see parachutes, as well as you can see rafting boats, students. Rafting boats. You need to remember. You need to search it. What is rafting boat? I cannot draw a picture over here. Okay. Next is your yes. What are the uses of rayon? Rayon is used for sanitary pads as well as your bandages. Okay. And whoever want to pursue cotton, they can, like cotton or silk, they can use rayon as well. And rayon mixed with some other fabrics, we can use doormats as well as what you call several wool compounds. Okay. And students, next, why do we combine fiber? Why do we combine fiber, students? Because some fibers, natural fibers, are having some limitations. To overcome those limitations, we will combine with other synthetic fibers, right? Next. Okay. What is process called blending? Blending is a process in which a synthetic fiber can be combined with other one, so as we can get good one, like good product, right? Okay. Next. What will do? Blending will help us to reduce the limitations of both the fibers. What will do, students? Blending will help us to reduce the disadvantages of both the fibers. Okay. Next, we have read about acrylic. How acrylic is made up of? Acrylic is made up of 5 compounds. That is what? Air, water, oil, and limestone. It is spun by either dry spun or your wet spun. I already explained what is dry spinning and wet spinning in this class. And think and discuss also I have explained, right? And what are the good and advantages of your natural fibers? Natural fibers are very skin friendly. They allow our skin to breathe, and natural fibers are generally free from irritating chemicals, so they won't cause you any kind of skin irritation problems. So this is the end of our concept. Next we have to go through polyester, then PET, as well as types of plastics. A lot more stuffs are there, and environment with plastic, other things, and what is the role of recycling process. So there are a lot of things to learn, a lot of things to do. So till now we have read about 3 kinds of fibers. I hope you will read until your page number 38. Why synthetic fibers? Activity number 3. Up to that, you people must complete. And this is the end of our lesson. I'll meet you in another class. Until then, bye.